CDL Practice Test, Texas, Combination Vehicles, Part 5. Question number 104. What are the other names for the service airline? A. Curved line and signal line. B. Straight line and control line. C. Control line and signal line. The correct answer is here, C. Control line and signal line. Explanation. The service airline is also known as the control line or signal line. Question number 105. Which of the following is true about off-tracking or cheating? A. The rear wheels follow the same path as the front wheels. B. Longer vehicles off-track less. C. If there is more than one trailer, the rear wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. The correct answer is here, C. If there is more than one trailer, the rear wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. Explanation. When any vehicle turns, its rear wheels will follow a shorter path than its front wheels. This is called off-tracking or cheating. The longer the vehicle, the greater the difference. In a combination vehicle, the trailer's wheels will off-track more than the tractor's rear wheels. In a double or triple combination vehicle, the wheels of the last trailer will off-track the most. Question number 106. Describe what the trailer air supply control does. A. It is a 6-sided yellow knob used to control the tractor protection valve. B. It is a device used to keep the trailer behind the tractor. C. It is used to supply the trailer with air, shut the air off, and apply the trailer emergency brakes. The correct answer is here, C. It is used to supply the trailer with air, shut the air off, and apply the trailer emergency brakes. Explanation. On newer vehicles, the trailer air supply control is an 8-sided red knob on the dashboard of the tractor. The knob may be labeled pull to exhaust, push to supply or something similar. When you push the knob in, air will flow through the trailer's emergency air lines to charge the trailer air brake system. Pulling out the knob shuts off the flow of air and causes the trailer emergency brakes to come on. Question number 107. If your vehicle gets stuck on a railroad track, you should A. Get away from your vehicle and call 911 or the posted emergency number. B. Radio in for assistance. C. Honk your horn loudly and call 911 or the posted emergency number. The correct answer is here, A. Get away from your vehicle and call 911 or the posted emergency number. Explanation. A train traveling at 60 miles per hour can take more than a mile to come to a complete stop. If your vehicle gets stuck on a railroad track, don't spend any time trying to free your vehicle. Get out of your vehicle and walk quickly at about a 45-degree angle to the tracks in the direction from which you expect trains to approach. That way, if your vehicle is hit, you won't be struck by flying debris. Call 911 or the telephone number on the railroad crossing sign for assistance. Question number 108. What do converter dollies and trailers built before 1975 have that new trailers don't? A. Foot brakes. B. Trailer air tanks. C. Spring brakes. D. Emergency brakes. The correct answer is here, D. Emergency brakes. Explanation. Converter dollies and trailers built before 1975 are not required to have spring brakes like newer trailers. They have emergency brakes instead. Question number 109. Which answer is correct for the air valves when testing the trailer spring eye parking brakes only? A. Service brake, off. Parking brake, off. Trailer air supply, in eye open. Trolley, released. B. Service brake, off. Parking brake, off. Trailer air supply, out. Trolley, applied. C. No answers are correct. D. Service brake, off. Parking brake, off. Trailer air supply, out. Trolley, released. The correct answer here, D. Service brake, off. Parking brake, off. Trailer air supply, out. Trolley, released. Explanation. To test the trailer spring brakes, you need to have the service brake off or released, parking brake off, trailer air supply out shutting the door to the trailer, and trolley released. Question number 110. You are coupling a tractor to a semi-trailer. You have connected the air lines before backing under the trailer. You should A. Pull ahead to test the glad hands connections. B. Make sure that the trailer brakes are off. C. Supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob to lock the trailer brakes. The correct answer here, C. Supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob to lock the trailer brakes. Explanation. Before backing under the trailer, check that the trailer brakes are working and then lock the trailer brakes. Once you've attached the air lines, there are a number of checks you should make. Check the glad hand seals. Make sure that the air lines won't be caught or crushed when you back under the trailer. Charge the trailer air brake system and verify that it's working without significant air loss. Then set the trailer air supply control to shut off the air and put on the trailer emergency brakes. Question number 111. To uncouple a loaded trailer, after the landing gear has made firm contact with the ground, you should A. Turn the crank a few more times until the trailer is lifted off the fifth wheel. B. Secure the crank handle safely. C. Turn the crank a few more times to lift some weight off the tractor. The correct answer here, C. Turn the crank a few more times to lift some weight off the tractor. Explanation. After the landing gear has made firm contact with the ground, turn the crank and low gear a few more times to take some weight off the tractor, but not so much that you lift the trailer off the fifth wheel. This will make it easier to unlatch the fifth wheel and couple the trailer the next time. Question number 112. When backing a tractor under a trailer, you should A. Always use the lowest reverse gear. B. Always approach the trailer at a slight angle. C. Do it quickly to ensure that the kingpin is locked into the fifth wheel. The correct answer is here, A. Always use the lowest reverse gear. Explanation. When coupling, use the lowest reverse gear and back slowly to avoid hitting or damaging the kingpin. Question number 113. If your test of the tractor protection valve is successful, A. The parking brake valve will pop out. B. The low air pressure warning signal will come on. C. The tractor protection valve control, trailer air supply control, will pop out or go from normal to emergency. The correct answer is here, C. The tractor protection valve control, trailer air supply control, will pop out or go from normal to emergency. Explanation. When you test the tractor protection valve control, also called the trailer air supply control, should pop out or go from the normal to the emergency position. This shows that the tractor protection valve is closed automatically to keep the air pressure from falling too far. Question number 114. When you get ready to back under the semi-trailer, you should line up A. About 12 degrees off the line of the trailer, B. The kingpin to engage the driver's side locking jaw first, C. Directly in front of the trailer. The correct answer is here, C. Directly in front of the trailer. Explanation. When you're ready to couple, position your tractor right in front of the trailer. If you were to back into the trailer at an angle, you might push it sideways and break the landing gear. Question number 115. What is the item most commonly overlooked during a pre-trip inspection? A. Tire condition. B. Landing gear crank loose, not stored on hook. C. Trailer doors locked sealed. D. Trailer permits registrations. The correct answer is here, D. Trailer permits registrations. Explanation. Paperwork is the most commonly overlooked item on the pre-trip inspection. Be certain that you have current valid permits and registrations for both tractor and trailer. Open bracket. Also check for fuel permits, insurance card, state tax certificate, liquor transport licenses, etc. Paperwork for the tractor is usually found in a binder, which is kept inside the tractor. Paperwork for the trailer is typically found in a watertight container on the nose of the trailer. Question number 116. If the service airline comes apart while you're driving, it is unlikely you'll notice a problem until you A. Try to engage the spring brake. B. Shift to a lower gear. C. Fool the emergency brakes come on. D. Try to apply the service brakes. The correct answer is here, D. Try to apply the service brakes. Explanation. The service airline is controlled by the foot brake or the trailer hand brake. It's responsible for allowing you to apply the trailer brakes more quickly than would normally be possible. As such, you may not notice a problem until you try to apply the service brakes. Question number 117. What is off-tracking? A. Driving your truck off the road. B. Swerving on the road when you lose control of your steering. C. When truck trailers swing from side to side. D. When the rear wheels go a different path than the front wheels. The correct answer is here, D. When the rear wheels go a different path than the front wheels. Explanation. A vehicle traveling in a straight line will have all the wheels following the steering wheels. When a vehicle goes around a corner, the rear wheels take a shortcut. This is called off-tracking. Cheating the last wheels off-track the most. Long trailers off-track more than short trailers. Question number 118. You are coupling a tractor to a semi-trailer. You have backed up but are not yet under it. Before backing under the semi-trailer, you should hook up A. the electrical service cable, B. the emergency and service air lines, C. nothing, back up and lock the fifth wheel. The correct answer here, B. the emergency and service air lines. Explanation. Before backing under the trailer, you must lock the trailer brakes, which means that you first have to make sure that the trailer brakes are working. Connect the emergency and service air lines and test the trailer brakes. Question number 119. After connecting the airlines but before backing under the trailer, you should A. walk around the rig to make sure it is clear, B. make sure that the trailer brakes are off, C. supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob. The correct answer here, C. supply air to the trailer system and then pull out the air supply knob. Explanation. First, make sure that the trailer brakes are working properly. Before backing under the trailer, set the trailer air supply control to lock the trailer brakes. You do this by pulling out the red air supply knob on newer vehicles, or moving the tractor protection valve control to the emergency setting. Question number 120. When you're inspecting a coupling device, make sure that the safety latch is in the proper position. The locking lever, A. below, B. through, C. away from, D. above. The correct answer here, D. above. Explanation. Some fifth wheels will require you to position your safety latch by hand. When you're inspecting the coupling device, make sure the latch is positioned correctly over the locking lever. Question number 121. How can you test that air flows to all trailers? A. Open shut-off valves on both airlines at the rear of the tractor. B. Speed up and hit the brakes hard to check their performance. C. Shut off the engine and listen for air leaks. D. Open shut-off valves on both airlines at the rear of the last trailer. The correct answer here, D. Open shut-off valves on both airlines at the rear of the last trailer. Explanation. To test that air reaches all the way to the back of the last trailer, you can open shut-off valves at the rear of the last trailer. On both the service and the emergency lines, you should hear the air escaping. Close the valves. If you do not hear the air escaping from both lines, check to see that the shut-off valves on the previous trailer tractor are in the open position. Question number 122. Before backing a tractor to couple with a semi-trailer, you need to check the trailer height. The trailer should be low enough that A. it strikes the trailer's nose. B. it is only 48 inches from the ground. C. the kingpin is level with the top of the landing gear. D. the trailer rises slightly when the tractor goes under it. The correct answer here, D. the trailer rises slightly when the tractor goes under it. Explanation. The trailer should be low enough that the tractor will cause it to rise slightly when you back under it. If the tractor is too low, it'll strike and damage the trailer's nose. If it's too high, the coupling might not be correctly positioned. Question number 123. Air and electrical lines from the tractor to the trailer should be A. Resting on the frame of the tractor. B. Pulled tight with very little slack. C. Secured but with enough slack for turns. The correct answer here. C. Secured but with enough slack for turns. Explanation. During your walk around inspection, make sure that the electrical and air lines are secure but have enough slack to stay attached and secure even when the vehicle is turning. Question number 124. What are the two trailer air lines that every combination vehicle has? A. Tractor air supply and tractor protection valve. B. Emergency valve and service line. C. Air supply line and emergency line. D. The service line and emergency line. The correct answer is here. D. The service line and emergency line. Explanation. The service line and emergency line run between vehicles. For example, from the truck to trailer or from dolly to second trailer. Question number 125. Before you start to uncouple, you must A. Make sure the trailer has enough of an air supply for its brakes to hold. B. Call in for any special requests. C. Make sure the ground is solid and can support the weight of the trailer. The correct answer is here. C. Make sure the ground is solid and can support the weight of the trailer. Explanation. Before uncoupling the trailer, be sure you're leaving it on firm ground that can support its weight. Question number 126. While you check if the rear trailer is securely coupled to the front trailer, the landing gear should be A. Slightly raised. B. Fully raised. C. Fully lowered. The correct answer is here. A. Slightly raised. Explanation. After you've backed under the trailer and locked the kingpin into the fifth wheel, raise the landing gear slightly. Then with the trailer brakes still locked, gently pull the tractor forward to check that the trailer is locked onto the tractor. Question number 127. You are uncoupling a trailer. After you shut off the trailer air supply and lock the trailer brakes, you should A. Immediately apply your tractor parking brakes. B. Begin to lower the trailer landing gear. C. Back up gently to ease pressure on the fifth wheel locking jaws. The correct answer is here. C. Back up gently to ease pressure on the fifth wheel locking jaws. Explanation. When uncoupling, ease pressure on the fifth wheel locking jaws by backing up gently. Open bracket. This will help you release the fifth wheel locking lever. Then apply the parking brakes while the tractor is pushing against the kingpin.